We're here with Jason Grady, the Chief Operating Officer of DSS. Jason, thanks for being with us today.
Good morning, Craig. Thank you.
DSS has undergone a tremendous transformation over the past just 2 years. Let's start with a brief overview of the value the DSS team has created.
Thanks, Craig. When we began our strategy of restructuring and recapitalization of this company, the company really only had about $16 million of assets and a handful of struggling or underperforming companies. In just 2 years, we've divested underperforming assets, added 8 distinct business lines, and have grown assets more than $219 million, which includes a fair amount of cash. Today, we have 40 subsidiaries operating across 9 market segments, with 5 of those businesses now with significant operations and generating revenue. Our diverse book of clients and investments has given us a strong competitive advantage globally in many industries. And, transformation really takes time to this magnitude, and it doesn't happen in a blink of an eye. So I'm extremely happy with the progress we've made today.
DSS raised more than $120 million in gross proceeds in 2021, Jason. How are you putting that capital to work?
Craig, we've built a strong war chest in the last year through 3 public offerings and have began to put that capital to work in several ways. Number one, a portion of that capital has been distributed to our subsidiary AMRE, American Medical REIT, which acquired its first 4 medical facilities in 2021, totaling almost $99 million in assets. Number 2, American Pacific Bancorp has issued $26 million in new loans since September of 21, with customers with strong credit quality across a diverse portfolio of businesses. And we anticipate another $15 million or so of new loans in the next couple months. Number 3, we've invested in our direct selling businesses, SHRG, The Happy Co., HWH World, to expand their portfolios and globalize their businesses, open them to new networks that they were previously unable to be in. And number 4, our premier packaging, consumer packaging business, where we've invested in new equipment, new facilities to meet a tremendous amount of new customer demand that we have.
I want to turn now to biohealth, Jason. You're doing some very exciting things there. Tell us about the segment. Also, what milestones, near-term milestones, should investors be looking out for?
So Impact Biomedical is really the cornerstone of our biohealth group today and has progressed on several fronts, including the award of key patents, the release of some positive test studies, and several new projects under global licensing discussions. So we're very happy with the progress that we've made there. However, to truly unlock the value of Impact Biomedical, we will continue our plan to spin it out in an IPO. Once we have the regulatory approval for the IPO, the board will declare a special dividend and a record date soon here in the near future.
Let's look at your consumer packaging business now. You previously had forecasted that the facility expansion for that consumer packaging business would be completed in March. What's the current status of that expansion, and what does it mean for the company?
Sure. I'm excited to announce that business is up and running. We've been able to move into that facility and get operations aligned, so we're very happy with that. But expansion in our new facility is substantially complete. Operations have begun. We're excited about that potential again. This initiative was all about meeting customer demand. All right. So this expansion gives Premier Packaging the foundation to build and continue its growth trajectory of more than 25% year over year. So we're very happy with what's going on with Premier Packaging.
Yet another exciting area for DSS with significant upside potential is that growing securities and fintech business segment that includes the launch of a digital asset exchange. Jason, tell us more about that business line.
So underpinning our securities business is the investments that we've made in 2021 around fintech and wealth management in particular. Our USX company, which is developing an alternative trading system around the tokenization of blue chip securities, as well as a money service business, MSB Crypto Exchange. DSS America First Mutual Funds. Our investments in 2 broker-dealers, Sentinel Brokers and West Park Capital. And most recently, the pending acquisition of True Partners Capital Holdings, which has almost $1.7 billion under management today. These entities will be the catalyst for revenue while providing a wide foundation that we currently continue to augment into 2022 and potentially culminate into its own IPO in the future.
Jason, you've been mentioning acquisitions. They've played a major role in DSS's transformation. Can you tell us about the typical development process for the companies that you acquire?
Sure. We've gone very wide with our breadth of business lines to provide the foundation that we believe we need to create the magnitude of scale. We are now going deep in each of those business lines to enhance their business and representative assets. Once we acquire a company or assets, we look at the basics really, Craig. So number one, capital structure and demand for capital to operate that business. Number two, how does that business become profitable and the path to profitability? Number three, management structure. How is it positioned for both today's business and what that business will be in the future? Number four, globalization. Can we leverage our global network to open new markets? And then five, the potential for an IPO. What does it have today? What add-ons does it need to be an IPO candidate in the future?
All right, Jason, we've talked about several business lines, acquisitions, and the way you acquire companies. Let's all wrap it up now into an essential value proposition. Why should investors take an interest in DSS right now?
If you look at our trailing 12 months, Craig, and understanding how we've grown from an asset perspective, we have almost $300 million in assets, 8 new business lines in contemporary high growth markets. And we believe these businesses add significant revenue potential to the DSS portfolio, which will ultimately drive shareholder value. That's number one. Number two, in addition, we'll be executing on our original business plan that we've been talking about from the beginning to spin out subsidiaries and IPOs and sharing the value with DSS shareholders through a special dividend to provide them with shares of these companies. We believe that's the true value proposition and something that's a little different than anybody else in the market today.
It's a great story, Jason. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it.